But at the end of the day, even if I wasn't an adult, I don't want to hear about my parents
My
getting it on.
parents.
No, I'm good. No, thank you.
I don't want to know how I was made. Like, I know how I was made, but I don't want to hear you talking about what you...
Don't need the visual. Thank you.
Keep it to yourself.
Thank you. Talk amongst your friends.
She literally
just like you said, I ain't your friend. I ain't your friend.
I ain't your friend neither. Like, she literally was like,
I ain't one of your little friends. Well,
I was on my knees
energy.
praying for a man. It was like, come on now, you know that ain't the only thing you on your knees doing. I mean, well, you know, that ain't the only thing
we're not friends, so I don't need to hear that. So they talk about, Marlo adjusting to having her two nephews.
Yes.
They talk about Kenya being a mom, Portia being her mom. Portia talking about how baby PJ has an attitude or whatever. It's cute because she has like a little. You know how Gabrielle Union and D Wade have the Kavaya as a shady baby.
Yes.
So she's like another shady baby. I think that's so
she cute. Is. She does make her just like, Mama, what are you doing?
I love it. I live for the shadiness of the babies. They're so cute.
And they talked about Candy being a surrogate and how, how did you feel about that? Because it was like you did not birth the baby and you've actually had kids before. Did you feel like you weren't going to be able to connect with the baby? And she was like, I did. And that was honesty. At least she didn't lie about it like some people on the show might have. Like, oh, no, I didn't have that feeling at all. She was honest. She was like, no, I was a little nervous, but once the baby got here, I love baby Blaze. She was like, Andy, you can relate. And Andy was like, yes, that's my baby. You're not going to tell me otherwise.
Thanks. Andy asks Portia and Kenya, like, you guys bonded in the beginning of the season. What happened? What's the rift? You know what I mean? What happened with y'all relationship? Y'all were pretty much cool. And this is where the new term fun shade comes into play.
Shade is shade.
Exactly. It's like, all right, here's the thing. It is fun until someone gets offended. Because once someone's offended, because we throw fun shit all the time. But
we say we shade each other. We don't call it fun shade. We just be like, girl, you being shaded. We be like, I shaded you. Like, we don't.
What I'm saying, there's a difference between, y'all going back and forth, just,
right,
going back and forth, whatever. It becomes more serious when someone's now offended and now someone's in their feelings about y'all fun shade. That's no longer fun. Now your fun is being at my expense. That's no longer fun.
Now you're being malicious.
You know what I mean? That's not fun for me anymore.
Right.
Kenya then explained they go into the whole Shamia text situation. And Kenya says that she didn't mean to she said that it was taken out of context. Shamia did not text her when she was actually going into labor. It was at a previous, before, maybe she had a scare or something.
It was before she even went into labor. It was before this even happened, because they asked her. So basically it was like, was this real? Like, did she text you first? Like, was this story even real that you even brought up at this event? And she was like, well, read the messages. I said, we've seen the messages. That's why we're asking you. So we need for you to clarify what happened, because it's unclear at this point. And she was like, we have a relationship. That's not what we're asking you, Kenya. And this is the issue I have with Kenya. I just don't like, we know Kenya's a pageant girl, but you're not in a pageant anymore now. You're in the real world. Stop acting as though you're in a pageant. You're not accountable for nothing. Every time somebody asks you something, I would like world peace. Like, that's how
she knows how to talk her way out of it she knows how to talk her way out of being accountable, because her comment is very misleading. She knows what she was doing.
Well, she did text me. We know that. We see that.
But you made it seem as if she texted you while she was going into labor. Oh my God, I'm about to have this baby right now. Let me text Kenya. That's what you made us.
I'm going to text my best friend Kenya, because she is the first person I would think about texting over anybody else. That is how you presented it. And now we're asking you today, because it's what the reunion is about. The reunion is about clearing the air. So I'm going to ask you again, is that how this happened? Well, you see the messages clearly. I mean, we had a conversation. Kenya, bitch, I'm not trying to play this game with you. It's like, you just get, it's so draining with her. And that's what the problem I have with Kenya is that she is so draining and she's so exhausting. And she thinks that she be winning with people when they be like, you know what, Kenya, I don't want to talk to you anymore. See, I won that. No, you didn't win. People just they don't have the energy just to keep going back and forth with you because that's what it is. It's just, well, I mean, I did, didn't I? Or did you see that? You're not answering any questions, really. You just kind of keep dancing around it. And I don't want to tango with you.
Yeah. After a while, I was like, all right, girl, okay. So then Kenya and Marlo get into it.
Yes.
So, because Marlo's like, you know, what you did with the whole,
the
bands and stuff. They talking about, oh, that was fun shade. But
that was not fun.
But at the end of the day, it's like, you're so protective and, you know, ready to pounce on anyone doing the smallest little thing, or for you to think they're doing anything against your business, and for you to know this is her business event and you do that. And her excuse was, well, you talked about you know, my mother. And Marlo said that was 4 or 5 years ago. And so like, Kenya, no, people,
you brought it up again.
Make it make sense. How is it that is an acceptable excuse? 4 or 5 years ago, yes, that was wrong for her to say that.
Yes.
4 or 5 years go by. At that time, they've been around each other. They've been quote unquote cordial, all that good stuff. And now all of a sudden, here you go. You want to come and ruin my event, and that's the excuse to excuse that behavior? That doesn't make sense.
And even then, she brought it up. She was like, "No, you brought it up then. I brought it up after you did what you did. It's not like I was saying it to you before that to lead you to be like, well, here you go again. You still.
It didn't happen the day before or a week before. It was 4 or 5 years ago.
After you did it, I said, you see, do you guys see why I made the comment I made 5 years ago about her mother not want to be a part of her life? Look at how she's acting. Yeah. This is why I said
any excuse to act upon them
straws. Like, she just, it's
like, I said something
last time that you. Candy holds on to grudges. Kenya hold on to
I don't think that she holds on to grudges. I think that she keeps things in her back pocket, which she also admitted. She keeps things in her back pocket to use.
Petty, immature.
It really is. So like, oh, you did something I felt went against me, or, you know, shaded me. I'm going to use that in my back pocket. And then when I feel like it, whenever I feel like it, I'm going to act out against you and use that as my excuse for doing so. That's is ridiculous. And you know what? I never want to be accountable.
Yeah. If you do something, it's like you do something to somebody and then you just go way too far. Like we're going to talk about later with, you know, Tanya. It's like at some point you have to admit that some of this stuff happens to me because maybe something that I did. So maybe I need to look at myself and think, what did I do to contribute to where I am in life? She's not going to say that. It's going to always be, this person did this to me, this person did that to me. But now if we're going to talk about success, okay, I am a self-made woman. That's all me. I did that. I did that. No one helped me. Oh, now this is all you. No one did this. Okay, Kenya.
Well, speaking of Kenya, Tanya. So then they go into Tanya and Kenya going at it, you know, talking about the cookie lady situation. Tanya tried to stand up for herself, and I'm proud of Tanya. I really am, because, you know, I realized that she's just a sweetheart. You know what I mean? I guess
she's just not about that.
She's not in the rah for no reason. And she's basically telling Kenya, what'd she say?
I like what she said. She said, if you close your mouth and listen, because you talked this whole show, you had your time to talk. Let someone else talk so they can get something out.
Well, she said that you thought that you had a loaded gun, but
you were shooting blanks.
Because you thought that you had something on my man, but he just talked to her if he did that. But, I mean, he could have, but he ain't.
The bottom line was what, like she said, you came in, you thought you had a loaded gun, but you were shooting blanks. You thought you had something and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So you got mad and you called me and see you next Tuesday.
And which she did apologize for, even though I felt like it was a force.
It was, and like she said, you did it because it was like you were getting all this heat about it. And so it was like, okay, it's like a PR move to me. Okay, everybody's coming at me about it. All right, okay, she is the sweetest one in the group. Okay, fine. But even when she did the apology, you remember how that went? She was like, I mean, you know, you've been called names before. So, I mean, let's not act like.
Not that name. Well, oh my God, this is what.
That wasn't an apology.
That's what bothers me about Kenya, though. Every time someone calls her, not even calling her a bitch, but says, all right, bitch. Like, you know, it could be even playful. Oh, we're calling me a bitch now. You called her.
She brought that up too.
Tuesday.
She brought that up about Portia. She's like, well, I mean, Portia's called me several bitches today. She said, I called you one.
Tanya,
I apologize.
See you next Tuesday for really no reason. You were going too hard. And it was like, when you do that, when you go too hard at someone that's that nice, it's like, really?
For what?
She
said you were upset with me over a wig. And even Marlo said, she was like, it was a wig. Everybody's like, it was a wig. She was like, yes, I wear a wig to cover up my 24 inches of natural hair. They're like, okay.
You have beautiful hair. She has beautiful, gorgeous hair. It's okay to wear a wig. You should wear the wig because you shouldn't put all that heat in your hair so you get heat damage. So I commend you for protecting your hair. It's called a protective hairstyle.
No one cares.
For you to blow it up the way that you did, unnecessary.
It's more to it than that. Like, that's what it leads people to. When you're doing all this extraness, when someone asks you a simple question and you go from 0 to 1,000, it makes people feel like, oh, I hit a nerve, girl. What was that about?
You know what I mean? It's like the crime doesn't fit the punishment.
Like, what's happening here?
You know what I mean?
And the same thing for Nene. Nene does it too. Nene, we ask you a simple question. Nene, you go 0 to 1,000.
We're gonna get. I'm gonna talk about Nene when that comes later on. I got something to say about Nene because I'm tired of some shit.
Yeah, so for you people in the comment section, because y'all was all up in the comment section saying, why y'all go so hard on Kenya? You know something about Nene?
Because Kenya gets on my nerves. I say all the time, I love Nene, but I still call Nene out on her BS.
I mean,
but I feel like Kenya never is accountable for what she does. It's some
bullshit. I just don't like her always being.
There's a reason behind it. Instead of saying I'm wrong,
I'm just
say you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
It is okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
I said I was wrong about these parts on these reunions.
It's okay to say I messed up. I did this. It's okay. So this is the part.
But not with these women.
So this is another part after. So now that they going back and forth with Tanya and Kenya, whatever, and Kenya apologized for calling her. See you next Tuesday. Andy then directs it. I don't know who did, but someone asked Candy her opinion on it. Candy says,
it was I know it was Andy because Andy asked her.
I don't have an opinion on it because I wasn't there.
And then she said, and now no offense, Tanya, but I don't know you like that. We ain't cool like that.
Battles. It's like it's not even about fighting the battles. It's about
she said
principle. She said it's about principle. And it's like it seems that Candy doesn't want to say nothing against Kenya. What is up with that? That is weird.
I don't know. And I said this a many times on a many videos. Me and you are friends. But if we somewhere, now granted, if we somewhere, when you fucking up, I'll pull you to the side. Dana, bitch.
Right.
Girl, sit down. But I'm not going to call you out in front of the whole group. However, if you just showing out in front of the whole group, I might have to. Dana.
Uh-oh. You froze up on me, girl. You froze up on me.
Am I still froze?
No, you're good. I hear you now.
I'm about to say, I'm like, I am moving. If you are showing out in front of a crowd, I might have to. Dana, sit down. But I can tell you, Dana, hey, baby, you're messing up. You my friend, and because you're my friend, you are messing up. I just can't just blindly be somebody's friend and just be like, no, she don't never mess up, girl. She always is on point.
Or just like, have a blind eye. Like, I don't see anything that she's doing. That was fucked up for Kenya to do that to Tanya. Period. There was no reason behind it. There was nothing that Tanya did. for her to think
Candy has been weighing in on other stuff that had nothing to do with her, and she was not there for.
But she's ready to chime in to defend Kenya, though. She's ready to do that on her own merit. But she doesn't. When they ask, like, "What's your opinion on this foul ass shit that your friend did?" The hell is going on here? Okay, girl, you full of shit too.
Look, I don't have. When she said it, I looked at her. She was like, just like when they was coming for Todd, I had to, you know, stand up for him. I wasn't nobody in my corner. People were in your corner. People have still been in your corner. I mean, there was a time when Portia was defending, you know, the situation. Phaedra was in your corner the whole time with you and Todd in the very beginning. So don't sit up there and act like you was fighting for Todd by yourself. You had friends.
But and that's also different because they probably didn't know Todd. You know, you've been around Tanya multiple times. No, y'all not besties, but y'all are close associates.
You can have an opinion, and that's all they were saying. The difference is, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong, and that's the bottom line. And the other thing that Andy did say about that whole wig party thing, I did, like he said, so Kenya, you know, you keep saying you don't people talking about businesses and interfering with businesses. He said, so you can talk about her business, talking about, you know, Marlo's business, but then if they talk about yours, then it's a problem. So
that's the ultimate violation for her.
He was like, so that's what we're doing right here? Okay. And he was like, moving on. And I was like, Andy be throwing shade, but y'all not gonna say that to Andy.
Yeah,
he not gonna check Andy.
Portia tried to like call out Cynthia for being involved in the situation with the cookie lady
because nobody else was. They was gonna act like it was all Kenya.
Kenya said she acted alone.
I don't believe that.
I don't think that maybe Cynthia knew something about it, but I don't think that Cynthia was like, you know, a part of it though. She probably knew something, but I don't think she was a part of it.
I think that it's true. I'm gonna say, like I said before, I was telling Ebony before we started. Do I believe what Nene is saying about Cynthia, that there's another side of her? Who cares?
Does it matter? I mean, there's sides anybody. You piss me off, you want another side too. Shit, for sure.
That's the point. The difference is some people choose to live in that other side of them more so than others. Nene tends to live more in her bitchy side. Kenya tends to live more in her bitchy side. Everybody has that alter ego. Some people have multiple egos and all that, this, that, and the third. You just tend to live more in it. Cynthia tends to try to play dumb more so than she plays her bitchy side. I definitely believe that she has the ability to play chess and checkers with everybody else. She just chooses not to. So,
but I will also say that for Nene to keep saying that she has the other side, it's like, no, maybe you bring out that other side. Because not everyone can take me out of my character. Some people I'm like, okay. But like for them, my sister, she always says, I don't know, Dana, she get it out. Yeah, because my sister can get me to that place. Other random people, hell no, I would not care. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm not even giving you my energy. But so it depends on, obviously, Nene meant something to Cynthia, and she brought that out of her. So for Nene to keep saying that, oh, she has the other side, oh, this 50 Cent. Okay. I mean,
that
people
can be
get
good or bad. That's good or bad. People can bring the good out of you, and they can bring the bad out of you. So it can go either way.
Facts. So then they talked to Candy and Todd about the baby and the bonding. Candy says that Todd and her mom relationship are better.
Yeah, they brought up the
because
whole
of the
mom.
baby. They talked about how, you know, Todd's relationship with Kayla is what it is. I don't
better, but it's still, you know,
the fact that I don't know. I find it weird that she says that Todd and her mom are in a better place because of the baby. It's like, this is not your first baby. I had Ace. So,
well, they said that it happened with Ace too. They said when she had Ace.
So I guess when the baby turns 3 or 4, that's when
the baby probably started walking, moving back to square one again. And she was like,
boxes. Soon it's gonna be about crayon boxes.
Yeah, I didn't like. Right, we're gonna talk about Crayola crayons. one time when I was coloring, I colored outside the line, and that's when I realized sometimes people get out of line.
You can't trust nobody.
Together. Like, it's gonna be some bullshit like that. I don't want to hear that. I was like, I didn't like her explanation about her mom. I didn't believe it. You know, she's like, my mom, you know, gave me a good life. I'm not doubting that. But, you know, when then she went on to say, phone call, she went on to say that, you know, she's not after me for my money. You know, my mother loves me, and, you know, she doesn't want money from me. And, you know, she got upset when she watched the episode again. Well, why would you get upset if it didn't really? That goes back to what I said, that 0 to 1,000. It must have hit a nerve somewhere, because it was like, you do remember that she did get mad a few years ago when they was on a reunion, and she was like, Mama, I got credit cards in my name that you don't ran up. Mama, I do take care of you. Mama, I do this for you. I do that for you. Candy, you do a lot for your mama. You do take care of your mother more so than the average person probably takes care of their parent at that age. So let's not act like money is not a factor here.
I don't think Mama Joyce is like, you know, I feel like she care. I don't know. I feel like she care. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to make it make sense, but I don't think that Mama Joyce is out for Candy's money. I don't think that. I just feel like she wants to protect Candy. She's very controlling. Maybe that's her problem. She wants her hands involved because she feels like she's the only one that can protect her.
There shouldn't be.
Right. She needs to find boundaries for sure.
Yes. I'm not saying that she is solely worried about Candy's money. No. But I think that Candy's money is a priority in her life.
Maybe.
Because she's like, I need to. And it's not a bad thing if you're doing it with the best intentions and you're not solely focused on it. Like, I just feel like her focus is too much on it. You shouldn't talk about it to the extent that you do. It shouldn't always be, hey, what them wheels looking like? What them trucks looking like? Why we have to talk about this so much? Like, we should have.
It's like, yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Like, right. Like, it's like, we should talk about it as it needs to be updated. Like, it shouldn't be a conversation. Like, if I come to you and I say I'm upset with Todd, so what them trucks looking like?
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be how that goes.
True. So then next, Eva starts talking about Marley getting her name changed and her donor. And I feel for, this is why I do feel for Eva. I'll say this again. I like Eva, but not on this show. I can't stand on this show. But I like her, like when she does the Ricky Smiley show thing. I like her.
Anything outside of this show.
Right. So she talks about the whole donor situation, how, you know, we were just hooking up and then I got pregnant. And it's like, all right, let's try to make this work. And he is batshit crazy. And I'm glad that she's able to find a man to help raise her daughter. And I agree that the actual father, what's his name, Kevin McCall, should be nowhere near Marley at all.
I was upset that he even came.
The reason, honestly, I feel like he could care less about his daughter. All he wants to do is make Eva's life miserable because he's that screwed up in the head. I do believe that. So I hope that Michael Sterling can adopt her and, you know, she could live a great life with actual father figure, a healthy father figure in her life.
Right. It's sad that she will not possibly get to know her father because he won't get himself together. He'd rather just try to destroy the mother just because he needs help.
He does need help. Honestly, you could, in this, like the evidence, and truthfully, I will say this, Eva really rarely talks bad about Kevin McCall. Kevin McCall. She really just explains, you know, tells her situation. But
and that's it.
This conclusion that we have is based off his actions.
Yeah.
How the hell are you supposed to be going to court to try to fight for custody and you get in a damn altercation with the security guard?
Didn't he get arrested?
For assault. Yeah, he got us because I think he punched him or something. He assaulted him in some way. It's like, sir, you're not helping your case here.
You need to go and get some intensive counseling
He
and get
tried
some
the whole
treatment.
y'all gonna fix my life. That ain't work.
No. That ain't the intensive therapy we talking about. You need some deep dive.
Well, she's
and
a life
treatment.
coach.
You need a deep dive and treatment plan.
Yeah, for months, maybe years, to get your stuff together. So
ongoing, and you need treatment. Now, you know, they did ask Nene, so Nene, you made the comment that Kenya deserved what she got when it came to her marriage. They was like, do you still agree with that? Nene didn't, she was, so Kenya was like, well, I have a question. So does Greg deserve to get help with his relationship?
at the end of the day, Kenya cannot question anyone's relationship, friendship, marriage, nothing. Because we have yet to see Mark give two shits about you. At least we know, yeah, I mean, for one, Nene and Greg been married for what, 20-some years? They got divorced and remarried. So it's like, girl, bye. Of course, and Nene always said there's going to be ups and downs, and not everything's going to be, you know, rainbows and cupcakes. But damn, do you love me or not?
Do you? Lisa, I talked to his
Do you
parents,
like
his
me?
family. I talked to the family.
You know what I mean?
They do know who I am.
You know what I mean?
Kids know who you are. Can you pick up the phone?
So Kenya, stop it, girl. Stop it.
So with that, you know, we didn't talk about when they were discussing, because, you know, that was the same time when, you know, it was a point when Nene and Marlo and Kenya was getting into it about, well, that was the same time y'all was sleeping with the same dude. And Nene was like, I ain't never slept with that man. Don't be going out there talking about me sleeping with somebody trying to ruin my name.
Again,
That's what
Kenya,
I'm saying about Kenya just be, it's like she thrives in just, I want to rip you apart.
Kenya, here's some things. I remember I did see one of the comments, and I agree with the lady. She said that Nene doesn't have the maturity,
Yes.
mental maturity or something like that. Like those type of comments, don't give it
just sitting there like this.
You know what I mean? Don't give it no type of energy, no type of attention, because honestly, Kenya cannot talk about anyone's relationship. She has never been in a real successful relationship on this show. Her first guy, Walter, basically tried to hire him. He called her out on that. Then we had a crazy dude, Matt. Then we have Mark, who don't give a shit about her. So it's like,
oh, you forgot about the crazy one.
Which one? I said Matt.
Yeah, the crazy one.
Yeah, and then now we have Mark, who don't give two shits about her. So it's like, you can't comment, girl. You can't say nothing about no one's relationship. You are the last person to make any type of comment.
And when they were talking,
that's one shade area you should stay away from, far away from.
Yes. So it's like,
so next, Portia, they talked to Portia, asked her, I think Andy asked Portia, do you feel like you and Dennis moved too fast? And Portia admits that, yeah, we did move too fast. I'm happy for Portia.
I'm happy that therapy.
Portia is maturing way better than when she was with Cordell.
Yes.
Like, she has matured. She grew all the way up. Not all the way up, but, you know, she's
grown a little.
She's grown a lot.
A little lot.
A lot. So I'm proud of Portia for that. Someone else said that, you know, they don't feel comfortable commenting on that friendship. I forgot who said that. But that's when
Candy.
No, she wasn't the one that said she don't feel comfortable commenting on a friendship. But Nene then said, that's what she addressed it to King. Like, see, Candy, don't you understand why I don't feel comfortable commenting on my friendship with Wendy? And then Nene and Candy get into it.
Candy was like, I know you didn't just try to compare Dennis and their situation to you and Wendy. That ain't nothing. That whole argument was ridiculous.
It went, it was so cringe. It's like, for what?
As they were going back and forth, I wrote my notes. I said, I'm so disappointed. Because I was just like, first of all, it was just a bunch of
I will say this. I feel like it's because of, I don't know what it is, but Nene does a lot of shit off season. Like, once the season's over, all these interviews that she does, she's always talking shit about other people.
Yes.
I will admit that. Hello, people. You see that in the comments? Okay, Nene needs to stop
You're
talking
not
shit
getting
about
no
people.
star for that. You're not getting a star.
But it's like the thing that pisses me off about the whole situation that Nene needs to do. Nene, you need to tell everyone who you were talking about. If you were not talking about Candy, then say who you were talking about.
Somebody in the comments said that she was talking about
Lisa Vanderpump.
Lisa Vanderpump.
Okay, but at the end of the day, if you knew
about,
that,
what was the problem? Like you said, with saying it.
Or don't say shit at all. If you don't want, like, I hate that. I can't stand the whole, I'm gonna tell you something, but not give you all the tea. You know what I mean?
Like, girl, let me tell you something. I got a secret, girl. What's going on? I'll tell you later.
Exactly. Why? I can't stand that. It's like, then why did you start this conversation? Because Nene said this on her show on YouTube. If that's the case, you didn't want that that identity to come out. Don't say it on YouTube. That's called, what's Wendy say? Kitchen table talk. Don't do it on TV. Don't do it in front of a camera. Don't do it in an interview if you're not going to spill all the tea. But the fact that you want to be secretive of who this person is, it's like you kind of don't give anyone any other decision but to say that you're talking about Candy.
You said you swear up and down or Kim.
You swear up and down it's not about Candy. Then who was it about?
And like I said, if it wasn't about Candy, when you made the comment, you should have said, you know, I don't understand why they keep giving this person or these people, this person, you know, show after show after show. No, I'm not referring to Candy.
Or
I'm talking about.
Or say who the hell you talking about.
I was saying. I'm talking about so-and-so.
Lisa Vanderpump. Yeah, I'm tired of Lisa Vanderpump. She gets X, Y,
and Z. She keep getting a show why they ain't hollering at your girl. Why your girl ain't getting no show. Like, or how about you just not say nothing at all?
Exactly. Don't talk about nothing that you don't feel comfortable saying to their face. Or say it to someone off camera that no one knows about it. That it's just, you know, chit chat on the side. But it's like she be doing the most, and then she gets where everyone's now mad at her, and then she plays victim. Because I saw the text, well, not the text, but she did a post after the reunion. Because after the whole thing with her and Candy, she walks off. And
well, yeah, I don't think they was doing like a package, and she was in there talking to herself. She said, "What would these girls do if I wasn't here? Who would they talk to?"
Because she feels like, you know, I think that was the clip where they're showing everyone kind of going at it or something, and how they're still cool, but once she does something, it's the worst thing in the world, and they attack her. I get that. Yes, if you sneeze around Nene, they're gonna attack you, because trust me, Kenya does the most horrendous shit ever, and no one, you know.
They were showing the scene with Kenya and Cynthia, and it was just showing how Kenya was coming for Cynthia with the whole wine stuff, and she was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Look at this," because it was just showing how they had made up so easily after Kenya was coming at her and throwing shade at her and doing all this stuff, and it was like, now had that been me doing that stuff,
true. I mean, she has a point, but at the end of the day, if you create your own storms,
so much, though, Nene, but have a history.
My thing is true. Also, when you create your own storms, don't get mad when it starts to rain.
Right.
Because she created this, like, the reason why her and Eva are going at it is because she was, I don't know why her and Eva are even at it. I tried.
I don't remember really why her and
she don't know why she had to apologize to Eva. And apparently Eva took that and she ran with it. So Eva kind of took it further than it needed to be.
I don't know why you apologized to Eva, but I can say this. From watching this from the beginning, Nene's never liked Candy from the beginning. Since Candy first came on the show way back then, she's never really liked Candy. She said Candy was ghetto when she first came on the show.
I feel that was Nene hazing her, because Nene's like, I'm the queen, you're going to bow down. Candy never bowed down, because Candy's like, I'm a home self-millionaire, I can do it.
Remember when she's like, you better get out my face while I blow up on your ass.
But I do feel like I don't agree with that. A lot of people do say that, like, oh, they never got along. Nene never liked Candy. I just feel like Nene wanted to quote unquote put Kandi like, look, I'm the queen bee, so bow
Here's
down
your
to the queen.
place.
Kandi never did. And so that was that rift. And then Nene realized that she's never going to bend. So it's like, all right, I'll be cool with you. But then they have this love-hate relationship, both of them. Because honestly, Kandi does come for Nene. Everything that Nene does, Kandi wants to call bullshit on. You know what I mean? The whole Portia situation. Oh, now, like, everything Kandi does, I don't want to say she throws shade, but
she throws shade.
She has something negative to say. So honestly, I just feel like they have a love-hate relationship, and I don't like them going at it. I like them when they're better as friends.
I prefer them when they do. I agree with you. I like them when they got along better than when they do what they're doing now. Because I mean, I think the problem was because of how they started. She felt like, oh, you tried to check me, you tried to come for me. And it's kind of like the whole, oh, we're co-workers.
Right.
If they did have a moment where they actually had a genuine conversation, can we try to develop a genuine relationship? And you say yes, but then, okay, I'm going to try to give you that chance. I'm going to try to build with you. But then you go and you do this. Okay, we're going back to being co-workers. Because I'm trying to build something with you outside of the show too. I'm not going to keep trying to build something with you if you're going to keep doing this. It's just going to be when the cameras roll, we co-workers, we're going to do what we got to do to get this check. But I don't have a friendship with you anymore. And I feel like that's what happened with them. I feel like they had a moment. They might have tried to build and it went left. Because, I mean, think about it. They was doing the tour together. She didn't have to ask Nene to come on her tour.
Right.
She didn't have to do that. That showed that we had something outside of the show.
Right.
Portia, we had something outside of the show because I asked you to be in my play. That's something that makes us all some money. But I do feel like after you do something to me, you burn me. Well, hell, you was on part of this lie. I ain't mad at her for having an issue with Portia. You were saying I was trying to rape you. I ain't trying to be around you. But it's
Nene
like,
needs to stop talking shit outside of it, or you could keep talking your shit, but then
just stand on it.
You know what I mean? Stand on it. That I said it. Da 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 da. But it's like sometimes
be prepared for what's gonna come.
I do feel like Nene is tired of fighting. I do feel that way. I feel like she's like, that's all she knows how to do is fight. So that's why she always goes to 100. But I feel like she's tired. She's older. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say she's old. She's older. But
I don't think she's tired of fighting. I think she's tired of. I don't think she's tired of fighting. I think she's tired. I think she likes to fight.
I feel like she's tired of the conflict. I do, but I feel like she doesn't know how to.
She don't know how to fight effectively.
Her main thing is fight with words. I'm tired of her and her shady comments. She keeps saying the same thing. Oh, you lick bottom to get on top. Oh, you Kenya, you have.
That's why I said she no longer knows how to. Because she used to have some good reads.
But she don't want to no more. She's like, yeah, I can still read you, but it's like she doesn't want to.
Her time is running out.
Yeah.
I think it's what it comes. Her time is just running out.
It's like she's just tired of, all right, I'm swinging because that's what I know how to do. But it's like
her time is running out. I feel like you don't burn all these bridges, and there's no coming back because you have a history and you just done so much, and it's just your time is running out.
I feel like for next season,
recast.
I feel like they're gonna. I don't know why I keep hearing that they're gonna bring back Phaedra and Sheree. If they do, it's going to be 2 teams against each other. It's going to be Phaedra, Portia, Nene, and Marlo versus Kenya, Kandi, maybe Cynthia and Eva, and Tanya's just in the middle being happy-go-lucky.
You're gonna continue
because before it was like the talls versus the smalls. Now it's another dynamic. That's how not even I feel like they could leave Eva out, honestly. If they bring back Sheree, it would be Kandi, Kenya, Sheree, and Cynthia. So it's gonna be like a team Kandi versus team Nene, which is so annoying. I don't want to hear
I'm tired of these teams.
I don't want. The problem I'm having though with these reunions, especially with Housewives of Atlanta, there's never any resolution ever. All they do is bicker and yell and scream at each other. It's like, girl, I'm tired of the cattiness. Why can't we have some resolution?
Well, we're going to be mad next week, too, because they bringing back Hovana, and I don't care to see her.
I am not looking forward to this
I don't want to talk about Snakegate again.
And I heard that Nene didn't want Yovana there, probably because, I don't know. The thing is, I don't believe anything that comes out Yovana's mouth. So, because she's a liar. So she's going to probably paint that Nene told her to say this and the third. Yep. And she told me to say this. And so I said it. And now Nene's not there. And
this time I'm going to be the whole time watching it.
Girl, I'm going to need me a good old drink while I'm watching
this. I'll be writing it like this.
Because it's going to get my blood pressure sky high.
So this how we're going to be when we review next time?
Yeah. I'm going to be drunk while I'm watching it. I'm going to be drunk while I'm recording. Hello, somebody.
So we're here to bring you the final episode.
So it's 25 episodes. What's in all of the fucks? 25 episodes. Make it make sense. We didn't need that. We did not need 25 episodes.
We could have did a good 15.
10, like I've been saying. 10.
I said 15. That's including the reunions.
13. Actually, no, 12. 12. We needed 12. We didn't need 15 reunion. We needed 12. Shit. This is ridiculous. But we got through, honey. Whatever.
Anyway, we made this longer than it needed to be because this episode was ridiculous. It was a waste.
I was honestly, I was cringing every since while watching this episode.
I was upset that you made me watch it.
I made you watch this?
Yes, because I told you I didn't want to watch it.
Oh, well, here we are.
I was like, we could have just did the next one next week, but you said.
Well, you shouldn't have said that there was 2 parts, and we both could have skipped this one. Yeah, I'm bringing it back to you. I did it again. Y'all brought it back to you.
You bring up old shit.
No, I'm plunging. I sure am on this rainy-ass Tuesday.
Bye, Dana B.
Toodles, Cassie J. Until next time. Bye, guys.